I got no idea why this thing here has decided. What the? So my stream's dropping, I think. Aha. I think I got it now. I think it's on. Alright, cool. So that internet was fucking slow. What's going on, people? So let's get rid of these two. I don't need these. That was for experimental purposes only. Right. Let's turn our keyboard on. Let's see. This track was in. Whoa. Whoops. Wrong shortcut there. My apologies. That shit happens from time to time. Alright, let's put him there. Yeah, he can stay there. Right. So what I vibe from this track, because I haven't worked on this for, I don't know, probably about a day to maybe a day and a half. Whatever the last live stream was, that was it. I wrote this first piece, so this first bar here is what I started with. Very quickly became this chord progression, so this, which I was writing with. Let's see if I can play it again. So this is what. Yeah, so that's what it was. Then from there, I just built the bass, got everything working together, and then decided that the first bar was actually very, very intense, being that it was it's in A minor. Some of the melody work, however, is in A. Then here, that's technically, I believe, in E. So, yeah. Anyway, so the first part I wrote was like this. So this would be like the mid part of the track, the intro and all that stuff. think this will be pretty driving after beats get made into this. So yeah, I think kind of like where this section goes, it plays along with the bass here, and I believe so that's a triple key up bass. So this is just one key. If you use the bottom key, that middle key, and then the top range, you get a nice dynamic pump there. That's pretty cool. But I think maybe we can do something like this with a solo. Alright, let's begin to, I don't know, write in some percussion. don't think there's anything else that I want to do here. Turn off autoplay. Not interested in autoplay. What else? Let's put our colors up here because I want that to be red. Oh, okay. What am I thinking? Maybe fuck. There's a lot of melody work in there, but I don't know. Is there room for more? I think I'm gonna put an arpeggiator in there. All Synthwave needs one. All Synthwave needs it. Like, here's what it is. Now, there's two different chords here. If you notice, these look different from these. Logic MIDI output gives you like a preview, so you can sort of try and defer the difference between the two, which is kind of silly. It's probably why they did the update. So you can just name things, color it, and then be like, bam, that's the loop. You don't need to see it. But I'm not really fond of the look of the update, so I like this. This is nice. I'm used to this. I don't like change. But if you notice, there's two different methods here that I've used. So it's all dependent on which one I want to go with, because these two work over the top of each other. But we could create a third scale, which is a little bit fucking out of the box. So either we can make an E minor arpeggiator, which I think I might do that. So let's initialize, and we'll just put on a regular 16 here. Scroll down. Let's throw that in. So let's go E minor, so E, G, A. Okay. I might keep it nice and close. So E, G, A. So it's an inverted A minor 7. So let's make it more plucky, and let's make it like, I think the tone. We need this one. Let's get our systems right here. I really love playing with arpeggiators, they're really cool. Alright, so E, G, A. I'm just going to keep this. Smashing the whole way through there. Alright, so the next thing I want to do, probably not going to use, like, I might use this, just for just a little bit, and then I'm just going to dial in some high pass reverb because I don't want to use the squelchy reverb. Usually I only use one reverb, but this time I wanted to have a different effect through the different chords that I used. So I used one on one set of chords and then one on the other structure of chords. So I'll use the high pass verb here. And because I'm playing against this technically, because I want it to add to the movement of the bass and keep it rolling, that's why I kept it at a constant chord arp, so that I mean, I really want to use this in another track, so I'm going to save it. I'm going to start making a brand new Spire pack. So I'm going to name this. What can we name this? Well, I haven't made any plucks for packs yet, so let's just call this pluck number 1. Alright, we'll go here, we'll go save preset to, let's make a new folder. Let's go Audiowavez, Spire, presets, number 3. Alright, here we go. Why did that not pop up? Why is it not here? Why is it not here? Can I... What the fuck, man? Oh, because that saved in there? Yeah, you did, you son of a bitch. There we go. Right. Now I figured it out. Alright, so I'm going to make another track with this. And then from there, from that point, after this track, I'm going to start making endless fucking stuff for people. And then I'm going to just market it myself, I think. We'll see how that goes. So I really like this. I don't believe that it could... Actually, let's see how this is going. No, I don't want that in there. If I wanted that high frequency, I would chuck it in there myself. Anyway, yeah, so let's dial in this reverb versus this because I'm playing against it. We're going to keep that going in, and yeah, then we'll move on and we'll make some beats. It's going to be one hell of a melodic track. Alright, let's get to the beats. No more delays. Let's finish our destiny. Alright, Command S to save. Alright, so I know I do this a lot. I don't have any shortcuts for this because I like to do it on the fly. I like to do it every single time. It's like mathematics, you know, you got to keep at that shit. You have to keep studying, and the way that you study is that you rinse, repeat. Keep that process going. You keep saying what you do. So keep practicing what you do. Let's mute all these. I want to get the rhythm right, just for the main stuff. Alright, so let's go. I'm just going to use the bass. Now, first things first, I'm going to set it to this. So I want to work with this part here. I want to work with this section here. let's before that goes in. So here's a little tip for you. When you do all of your processing, usually in Logic, you might want to filter some stuff out, like so. So what I'm going to do, as you filter through the noise, as you filter through the frequency, rather, you can clip. Now, if you're going through a compressor to pull that sound back out, and then through a limiter, like I do, to maximize the sound, and level it off and set your own dynamics, you can really clip without knowing it, and you can get digital distortion. So it's good to, if you're going to do that, which I'm going to probably sit about here, 500 Hertz, knock some highs off it as the bass is kicking in with this. I'm going to see how this is going to go, and if it clips, then we can fix that. Just drop the volume so it doesn't overclip here, and then overclip when it goes into here. So this is the input channel, so it's going from here and then into here, then going through all this, plus going through distortion, set at 0 gain, and then the output has a limiter with negative 0.1 decibel on it. So let's check. Alright, we're cool. Now I might just turn that off because I don't think I'm going to adjust the sound, but I might want it a little bit later, so yeah. Alright, let's check this. Let's choose a different sound here. So I'm going to go into the studio part of all this, and let's pick out maybe some hip hop percussion. Ghetto, that's funny. Hell no. Alright, that's a bust. Let's go for, we got tambourine, tambala. Let's go for something like maracas. No. Ooh, a giru. Yeah. See how that goes. Alright, so the rhythm that I had, I think, was like that. Let's go for, I think from memory, by using a 909, the 909 rim shot was nice. It's definitely not. Maybe. John Traxaros, remember that one. That's a bit smoother. Okay, and then I'm going to have something sit on like a 16-beat rhythm, which will work with this here, because it'll work in comparison with it. It'll be like a talk and response thing, so it'll be like something like that. Maybe it'll just double roll. Alright. So a little bit tired today. I had a headache before, but I'm getting through it. Alright, so the next thing I've got to do is have all of the I'm gonna have all of the bits that sort of coalesce with each other. So here, I'm gonna export that out. So this is let's call this offset perk, so they can all get muted. Spark 2 does this cool thing where it just like shoots. I want this out of solo too. Since open hi-hat stereo, because this piece here will probably be mono, and then I'll do some, might do some processing to it. Yeah, it just shoots it out. You can either do it as like, you can see here, so drag this export current pattern as MIDI file, or you can go like drag this to a WAV file, which is what I prefer to do. So I just solo the instrument or channel, punch it out. So that's the kick. Now, I don't know if everybody's sort of, I'm pretty sure I've said in the past what I do. I'm just going to mute the output. I use the Lindrum snare and then a 707 and compress the two together in a WAV file, so you get this. Then I duplicate that, use the same file, and then I've got my own settings right here. So this is pretty much the only shortcut. And then I just choose how gated I want that snare, and you get something like this. If you noticed, it sort of doesn't. That's nice. Doesn't snap. It didn't snap off properly, but now it does. Okay, so we're getting there. Let's see what's next. This one here. That's a crazy little rhythm. I like that. Let's call that rhythm 1. Closed hi-hat, and then we've just got the ride and the guru. So this is our ride. Let's mute that. Take this percussion, drop it down here. Okay, make sure you mute all the channels and maybe turn it off. And then just mute that as a thing, and just put that out of the way in case I want to use it later. Otherwise I'm just stuck in an endless loop of like Logic crashing on me because the thing is playing multiple parts at the same time. Don't worry, I know it's happened before. Right, so this is the guru. These are the drums. Right, now straight away let's grab these 3, put these at the top because they have preference. So there's this and this. This is going to go above that. And then I want, yeah, cool. Okay, so that's how I want it to work. So, let's put an EQ on there first. So, if all the sounds play over that channel in this group here, it's going to completely annihilate the channel and just overshoot the gain. So I don't need this yet, so I'm going to drop that underneath. First things first, I drop a bit crusher on the top, thickens up the sound. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this here, then I'm going to compress it. I compress these drums together, and I always do this by ear and by feel. So I don't want a great dynamic range with my drums. So like, if you're just starting out, you might notice it might be a little hard unless you understand gain staging to level off certain dynamics within your track. Like, for example, a kick and a snare that hits on opposing beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, for example. So a good way to do that is to get it as close as possible as you like sonically. I'm not talking in terms of volume, how you want it to sound. Then get yourself a limiter on there after you compress them. Now, before I continue, I'm just gonna mono both of these. So I just wanted to split the spectrum there right at the 100 Hertz range. Just wanted to clean up that bottom end there. Let's go put a low shelf here. Let's say about 5.5 decibels around there. Let's go and chop this back down. Alright, so let's have a look at a correlation here. Really all we need is just goniometer. See what's going on left to right versus the limiter, or the limiting that we've done. Look at that, 1, 2, 7. They're my 3 favorite numbers in succession. That's destiny, I tell ya. Alright, so next step, I want to have a bit of live percussion going in there. What I do for that, I like this rock kit. It comes standard with Logic. This is the drummer. Let's put this above. I'm going to choose a different drummer this time. I like his aesthetic, but let's go for some funk rock. Okay, which is this? Which this gives you like these are all just basic kits, different sounding kits. But these are actually like presetted drummers, and you can move all these different. This one. So we can give it swing or no swing, whatever. But you can like set it to however you want. I don't want to kick in a snare. I've already got one. Zoom in a bit here. You can watch this. This is like a live region. This is going to be. Let's get rid of this. I don't know why it gives you that. No send. Jesus. We don't need that either. Or a channel EQ. You can basically automate all this stuff, or not automate it, but you can sort of tell the guy how many fills you want in what sections and how you want him to play versus like this. Let's say let's go like this. But I don't want all that. Okay. Now before I get this in there, I want this to be a bit lighter. So before it hits that compressor, actually after the compressor, I'm going to dial it down a bit. So I'm just going to roll it off like this. Alright. So after this, like, this is a nice groovy section. I can repeat that for about that long. And then what we're going to do, I'm just going to move this across. Now I'm going to change that rhythm. You can paste this in however you want to, and you can also go through. Let's say you don't want him to hit so loud. Or you want him to hit really hard and complex. It's all up to you. I think I want him to hit like that for a little while. Let's see how the bass goes here. I like that. You see, and then it, let's say, for example, we go and let's move all these across. Move that, move that across there. Push that across there. These will keep going. And all these will keep going. Let's say over here, we want to give this, double click there. Let's say we want this guy to kind of open those hats a little bit. Just wanted to group these together because I want to control them at the same time. So I want to be able to single band high cut them in. Same thing. I've noticed that ultimately, if you group something, it just sort of, if I flatten the stack, right? Let's get rid of that. Let's see. Basic track stack lets you mute solo, control volume of the main track, right? So it should just be volume, there's nothing on it, right? You open these two up, you can't play with the effects or anything. So, undo. This is a multi-purpose track. This lets you put an EQ on. This lets you do what you want. However, you don't get ultimate control. You get a control through the bus. So this goes through that. It's like the output's going to come from. I'm yet to be able to have ultimate control. So I still have to do automation for these two if I want them to have this effect. So this is only like minor, I guess, minor effects. Unless you were to mute these two, or these had no output, or I suppose, yeah, maybe I did just figure that out. Okay, let's have a look. So, if the output goes to bus 9, this shouldn't be affected anyway. This should be the stereo out, so this volume should go to here, and I should be able to control here. It's so odd. So if these had no output, okay, they're muted. If the output was stereo output, nothing. So it has to be through the bus. Yeah. So yeah, if I want to have like ultimate control here, I've got to do it this way. Thank you. I've got to close that. So I've got to put this into here. So that this one works that way. Kind of sucks, but you know, that's live. Fuck, maybe they patched that, who knows. Take the beat off. See what we can do here. Make a few changes. Alright, cool. So the drums are in. Let's see how these go here. So let's just duplicate this across just for a second, because I think I might write an extra part here for this solo. Just want to hear what this sounds like. Actually, let's do a comparison like this. So what this does, so if you're creating a loop, so if you just left click and hold like this, if you go and push command, it will automatically zip it back the other way. So let's play from about here. That works wild. What's going on with my phone here? How good is that? I just got my first Patreon. Damn. Thank you. Mr. Jared Dobbs, you are the bomb. Thank you, sir. Okay, let's save. Okay, so what I might do, I might take a break. I like the flow of this track. This is going to be a very flowing track, like kind of like Waves. The second last track that I released called Waves. If you haven't checked that out, that's on my SoundCloud. I'm going to do an update of one of those tracks, and yeah, I think maybe I'll upload that. I'm going to possibly send out another gift because got my first Patreon. I'm pretty proud of that. But I'll come back and then I'll start laying out a structure and possibly might do something else with this synth here, because I really like this synth. Yeah. So, let's just call this what it is. Very fun session. Lots of drums. Some cool tricks with drums and stuff. You notice there's no EQ, or it's fucking hardly any EQ. except for this snare here, which I went over, and these. So yeah, till next session.